What is up, everybody? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, the Hot Commodity and C, and I am joined by my good friend, a Steelers fan. Uh, Introduce yourself, sir.
I'm Christian. I haven't been on the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast in like a month. Um, it's great to be back here, talking some wrestling. Um, Now what is this? SmackDown, Raw,
Smack you down.
SmackDown from last night.
Mm-hmm.
So SmackDown from last night, yeah, first ever 3 hour SmackDown, or at least for the first one in a long time. Um, it it just felt like an extended version of a 2 hour show. I don't know. It
Mm-hmm.
was It was all right. It was, I don't
Always
think SmackDown.
maneuver as you
I
call.
personally don't think SmackDown should be 3 hours long. But
Yeah, it was. Listen, I'm one of those people who. Sorry, my nephew is joining us, so I have to maneuver and do all this fun stuff. He got to watch. He watched it with me last night. He wanted to speak on it. So, anyways, I have the DVR thing, so I don't watch the commercials. I just, I just fast forward through them. But there's a lot of moments during SmackDown where I was fast forwarding and just like whatever. But I will say, although I didn't like the length of it, I did think it was a decent episode. Some of the matches were pretty good, and that's what I do like with a longer show is when they do give the talent. Like I felt like going into the Naomi Nia Jax match, I was not looking forward to it. Like I was like, it's gonna be another. But they really did have a decent match, and I feel like they gave them enough time
Mhm.
to do that. So SmackDown's live on January 3rd, 2025 in Phoenix, Arizona. And we have the WWE Champion Cody Rhodes coming out to kick us off. Cody says, timing is funny in life. WWE is on the cusp of changing everything. My excitement is tempered because I'm not clear to wrestle because of Kevin Owens. Nick, all this is concerned about me being here, but at the Royal Rumble, Kevin Owens and I will compete in a ladder match. Drew McIntyre comes out interrupting the champion, and he hugs Cody Rhodes like once he comes out, and Drew says, "I'm not here to hurt you. I'm here to help you. You're about to screw up your entire life's work. You're the quarterback of the best generation of wrestling. Nick, all this won't clear you. There's a guy with a replica title pretending to be champion, and your neck is hanging by a thread. You need a friend to watch your back." Cody says, "You're saying you want to help me. I watched you carry WWE through dark times. I love to say you've become a beast on the mic and in the ring, but I don't believe you. Let's cut right to it. You want a shot at this? Come and get it." Drew says, "I'm here to help you. I'm telling you the truth, and you need to watch your back." And with that, Kevin Owens attacks Cody Rhodes from behind. Cody fights back, and guards separate the two. So Drew McIntyre is like popping up and like everywhere lately. Like he's involved in the bloodline situation. He's talking to Seth Rollins. He's now going after Cody. Do you think this is on purpose, or do you think they don't know like what they're doing with
I don't think they know what to do with him, especially after the whole CM Punk feud.
it? Hmm.
I truly think that was his best bet. Um, but I also don't think they know what to do exactly with Cody for WrestleMania. I mean, there's no way in hell they jack this whole Kevin Owens thing out for WrestleMania. So could Drew possibly, with him being on SmackDown now, I think they could do something where they shake it up and have him go after Seth or Cody. But I don't know if they know what to do with Drew. But I think Drew's one of those guys that you got to have do something like that, be on the main roster or main event scene because he's really proven himself. 2024 he could. It's crazy. 2024 is over. Um, but yeah, it's I didn't mind this first beginning of the prom or show. It was interesting. We haven't seen these two go at it in a long time, if not at all. I don't think so. It was
Yeah, it's interesting, and I feel like we're gonna keep seeing more people pop up with the whole window thing that they're calling it, where they're gonna go back and forth. But um, what do you think about the match for Royal Rumble, Owens and Cody, the ladder match? I mean, people are saying
well.
That doesn't make sense because that title doesn't mean anything. But what do you think?
I agree 100%. That title looks like the title that you have that you could go fucking buy on WWE replica.
Don't besmirch.
Um, you're saying, like it's a replica. We all have it. I don't understand. Cody's basically fighting for his championship or a championship that doesn't even exist. Um, and then they always book Kevin Owens to lose at the Royal Rumble. LA Knight and Roman Reigns and the Randy Orton. Roman Reigns before that. Now Cody Rhodes. I mean, this dude's always losing at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, he lost to Roman twice at the Rumble.
Twice at the Rumble, and now he's gonna lose this year.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to care when you already know the outcome.
But when I'm curious though, because when he lost that Rumble match, he ended up main eventing with Stone Cold, and he ended up main eventing with Sami Zayn and winning. So
there you go. Well, we're going to take our first break after covering this opening. I know we just started here, but we'll be. And welcome back. We are still the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I'm still Ant. That's still Christian. This is still Christopher Michael. Where's your? Oh, you got rid of it. Okay. And we are still covering Friday Night SmackDown. We just talked about the opening segment, which was Drew McIntyre interrupting Cody Rhodes and then Kevin Owens attacking Rhodes from behind. We have our first match of the night, the WWE United States Champion Shinsuke Nakamura defending against Andrade. And Shinsuke had a pretty lively week, didn't he? He was was it Noah? Or I think that's the name of the company, right? In Japan.
say that again.
Nakamura. He was just over at Noah, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So he has his match against Andrade, and Christopher Michael's afraid of Nakamura. He doesn't like the entrance.
Oh.
Cares on what I'm like, it's just Nakamura. Anyways, Andrade lands a moonsault to Nakamura on the floor. Nakamura hits a flying knee for a 2 count. Nakamura slams Andrade's head on top of the post and then hits a King Sasha, and Nakamura retains the championship. After LA Knight runs out and attacks Nakamura, LA Knight says, "Yeah, you stole my title. One way or another, what goes around comes around. It's me stomping your ass every time you turn around." So, decent opening match here with Nakamura and Andrade. We knew Nakamura was going to retain, and clearly LA Knight wants to get revenge on Nakamura for all the attacks from behind. But do you think LA Knight stands any chance against Nakamura in his return match, or do you think
Maybe he's not completely out of the picture yet, so I could definitely see it happening.
Yeah, and I did say I liked this promo that he gave. It was short and sweet, and I'm not a huge LA Knight fan, but I do like some of the stuff. What do you think here?
Well, I'm a fan of this one.
You're a fan of the big one? Who?
I'm a big fan of all.
Oh, you're a big fan of LA Knight. Do you think he should win the title back from Nakamura? Or what do you think of Nakamura? Really quick.
I think he can um when LA they can beat Nakamura.
Okay, we'll see. We'll have to see what happens. We then see Legado del Fantasma backstage at Pretty Deadly, and the only thing I liked about this is, and I'm gonna say this, guilty pleasure, hate on me all you want. I was a big Pretty Little Liars fan growing up. So when he said to them, "You guys are a bunch of Pretty Little Liars," I was like, "Yes." Um, Anyways, the two teams brawl, and basically the whole part of this fight is that Pretty Deadly wants to help DIY keep the belts. They told Street Profits last week that it was Legado, well, Los Garza that attacked them. Apollo Crews tells the Profits no, they're lying. What do you think of all these like shenanigans back here, like with these teams?
It's not interesting enough. They got to get in the tag team picture if they're gonna do tag teams. This is why I had a problem with or SmackDown going to 3 hours because of shit like this. And they're no interesting. They're.
I get it. It's just kind of like, how are you supposed to care when there's nothing to care about? It's just them.
There's no title. There's no nothing.
Yeah, it's just they want to have their musical. But I have a feeling that whoever hurt the Street Profits, it's not going to be anybody that we're expecting. I heard a really good theory that Naomi could have been the person to have attacked Jade Cargill. And then the other part of that theory, which I then liked, and we'll get to here, we'll talk about it really now, really quick, 'cause it's on my mind. Because I said, well, then, like, how will that work with Naomi being the women's tag champion? Then I said, well, what if Bianca and Naomi were working together and both attack Jade so that they both can get her out of the picture and they can do that? Would be really interesting. But randomly, I do think that the Street Profits were attacked by somebody, but I don't think it was the people that we're seeing right now.
Interesting.
Yeah. Our next match we have Michin taking on Piper Niven with the United States champion, or I'm sorry, with the women's United States champion Chelsea Green. And I will say a couple of things. After hearing Mia Yim talk about the nickname Michin, right? At first, when I heard the name, I was like, what the fuck? What does it mean? Why is she going by this? But her mother used to call her that, and so she's like cool with it. So it adds a bit more to her. I do like her character a bit more now that she's in a title picture scene. You're going to see a lot more of these women be able to show off their talents. And Chelsea Green, listen, she
She's beautiful.
last week when she was in the that green dress and Miss USA, here we go. So Michin lands two flying Hurricane Ranas to Piper Niven and then hits Hurricane Rana off the apron to the floor. Piper hits the sidewalk Piper slam on the floor to Michin. Michin then does a twerking move, which was weird, and then hits a Pele kick for a two. Piper hits the Piper's driver for a 2 count, and then Michin is able to hit Eat Defeat. Michin defeats Piper Niven, and it looks like clearly Michin wants a rematch against Chelsea Green. What are your thoughts
Shout out
on?
Michin. She liked my Twitter post today.
Shout out to Michin, I love her.
Yeah, she liked my post on Twitter today.
I've always been a big fan of hers.
I've always been a fan of hers in TNA. Her first run on the main roster, she was really well in NXT. She's improved a lot. I think this championship's good for people like her. I'm not surprised she didn't win in her first. You have to establish that title first, and Chelsea Green's good. But she'll be next to win it for sure.
You know what I think is crazy to think about? This match was happening in like 2016, sorry, in TNA.
Yeah,
And now it's like happening.
yeah.
It's kind of
Absolutely,
cool how things reverse. Okay, moving on. Paul Heyman comes out to the ring. Paul Heyman says, I wanted to set the record straight. On Monday, we are going to find out who is the real tribal chief. Roman Reigns and I trained Solo Sikoa to become next in line. We taught Solo how to be tribal chief and prepared him for the future. When Roman Reigns is ready to step down as head of the WWE, that would be when Solo would take over. After 10 years, Roman Reigns could not turn down the lust and got revenge on Seth Rollins, and Cody Rhodes took advantage of that. That's when Solo stole Ulafala. That twisted son of a bitch stole it. He got rid of Jimmy, me. He knew no sane man would acknowledge him. Solo got a band of filthy animals who are not allowed in the U.S. and a man like Jacob Fatu who shouldn't even be allowed out of a prison cell. On Monday, there must be a winner and a loser. I absolutely promise you, the only tribal chief is Roman Reigns. And then Solo Sikoa comes out. Solo says, Phoenix, acknowledge me. You owe CM Punk a favor, right? Let you owe me a favor now. I need somebody that's trustworthy, someone who loves my family, someone who will never disrespect the Ula Fala. This Monday, if Roman Reigns beats me, you will put the Ula Fala around his neck and I will acknowledge him. When I beat Roman Reigns, and I will, you will put it around my neck and everyone will know I own this and you. You will be my wise man forever, and Roman Reigns will have no choice but to finally acknowledge me. So this match should be like a Paul Heyman on a pole match, pretty much here. It's giving me like SummerSlam '96, Mankind versus Undertaker, the Boiler Room Brawl, where the winner goes up to Paul
Mm-hmm.
Heyman to get the urn. This is a very decent promo. I like Paul Heyman's promos are always good. He really made this match more interesting to watch, in my opinion. I don't know what Paul Heyman's going to do here because Paul Heyman screws everybody. But I definitely think he's going to be a vital role in that match. But my question for you is, with that being the last that we're going to see until Monday, besides the main event, did that do anything for
Um, no, I don't know. I mean, it's interesting because I, I'm not fully believe that Paul Heyman is um on Roman's side completely. So we got to see how this plays out. But this was good. We know Roman's not going to show up. Um, but Solo he's my most improved superstar of 2024. He's
you?
phenomenal.
Yeah, he's doing really good work, taking over the spot of being one of the bigger heels. I do agree with you. I think Paul Heyman is definitely planting seeds here, especially when he said that Roman Reigns had a blind spot. That kind of perked my ears a little bit. Next, we have the WWE Tag Team titles on the line. The champions DIY defending against the Motor City Machine Guns. The Motor City Machine Guns have control of DIY to begin. Chris Sabin dives under Alex Shelley's legs onto DIY on the floor. The Motor City Machine Guns then land a double baseball slide and dives to the floor as well. All four-man land kicks to each other and they drop to the mat. Pretty Deadly come out and distract the machine guns. And then DIY hit a super kick fairy tale ending combo for a two. Those Garza comes out and brawls with Pretty Deadly. And this match is a throwout. The Motor City Machine Guns apply double submissions, but because Pretty Deadly and Los Garza were brawling, they go into the ring and fall on top of both teams. Match is made a no contest. DIY retain. Pretty crappy, in my opinion.
Yep,
It was a good match, but just like that ending just put a huge stink on it in my eyes.
I
Uh,
agree.
what do you think?
It was yeah, like you said. I didn't like the match anyway. I didn't really pay attention to it. I did a watch along, and I went to go make food during like I did something during I turned my camera because it was I just didn't care for it. Motor City Machine Guns,
Yeah,
they're good, but they're not they're not WWE. I
kind
see
of
why they didn't
pass
come to
it.
WWE.
What do you think, kid? Do you like DIY?
Yeah, but I'd like to do old actions that I like to done.
Oh, their new theme song. He liked their
Yeah,
old one better. That's a good thing that you picked up on. I forgot about that. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
that. It was that uneventful that I forgot they had a new song. All right. Next up, we have the women's champion Nia Jax with Candice LeRae defending against the women's tag champion Naomi with her partner Bianca Belair in her corner. Nia headbutts Naomi off the ropes to the floor. Nia then lands a swinging Uranagi for a two. Naomi hits a double stomp to the chest of Nia Jax and a flying split leg drop for a two. Naomi then hits a springboard drop kick and a Samoan drop. That was cool for a two count. Um, Naomi then goes for a Tenio DDT, gets a two. Nia then hits a super Samoan drop during the commercial break. Naomi then lands a super blockbuster for a two. Bianca Belair attacks Candice LeRae on the floor because Candice tried to get involved. Tiffany Stratton runs out and says she wants to cash in her briefcase. Tiffany pushes the ref over the railing and hits Naomi in the head with the briefcase. Nia Jax lands the Annihilator, and women's champion Nia Jax retains the belt. However, after the match, we're all thinking things are good. But Tiffany Stratton attacks Candice and Nia with the briefcase. Bianca hits Nia Jax with a KOD. Tiffany officially cashes in her briefcase, lands the prettiest moonsault ever, and we have a new WWE Women's Champion. And Tiffany Stratton, I know you aren't a fan. I popped when she won. You weren't expecting it. What are your thoughts? I'm
No, I
excited.
was expecting it actually.
Oh no, I was talking about this little one here.
No, I expected it. It was good. It was okay. Um, it's it's her time, so I'm not too angry about it. We just gotta see what she can do with this reign now.
Iffy time. What do you think? Do you think Nia Jax should be champion or Tiffany Stratton?
Tiffany.
All right. You do this. Do her little Tiffany. What's that? Yeah. All right. Well, we made it to our main event here. I'm gonna be honest with you. This match I didn't even really watch 100%. I did not care. I knew it was going to be a throwaway six-man match. We have the Bloodline defeating the team of Sami Zayn and the Usos. Um, the match ends after Drew McIntyre comes out and Jey Uso immediately attacks Drew. Solo hits Jey with a Samoan spike, and the Bloodline get the victory. Um, I read somewhere, and I agree with this comment, that they felt that women's title match should have been the main event. This match kind of left me feeling like, oh, okay. I feel like the air was kind of taken out of the arena with this match. But what were your thoughts on this one here?
This is a good main event. I didn't mind it.
You liked it? I just felt like it's like,
Yeah, I didn't mind it.
I don't know. I just felt like it was it
I
did
like
what was
Jacob. I think they all work well together, so I didn't mind it.
yeah, it was okay. It it was okay, but sorry, I'm distracted by Hook and Samoa Joe on the TV. I got something on
You're
YouTube.
good. I'm watching the series games about to start, so
Um,
by that.
really quick before we finish the show, we obviously have Monday Night Raw on Netflix. The big debut live talks about returns, a lot of good stuff coming your way with that. But next week on SmackDown, it was made official. Nakamura will defend the United States Championship against LA Knight. Let's make a quick prediction on what we think is going to happen there. I mean, clearly, I think Nakamura is going to retain. What do you think?
Yeah, me too. They're not gonna put it on him to take it off him. But I hope in 2025 we see short title reigns.
I do too. And last question for you as we head into this. This is almost like a pay-per-view, this Netflix show here. What are you most looking forward to? And what surprise, if any, do you hope comes? What do you think? What do you hope? There's talk about Charlotte, talk about Becky, but what do you really want to see?
I want to see. I do want to see Charlotte, but realistically, because that's a really big surprise if that happens.
Mhm.
I would like to see like The Rock. I just want the show to be an extravaganza show to where new people are gonna want to start watching wrestling again since it's on Netflix.
And
So
that's something to
if you
think
have The
about
Rock,
too.
Cena, Becky, like those are people that people know. So
It's going to
that,
be a show for people. That's a good point. That's going to be more maybe geared towards people who don't really watch WWE often. What about you, Quick? What are you looking forward to for Raw? What do you want to see?
I want to see the Undertaker faces Vince McMahon.
I think that would be a quite a match.
Ah!
Who do you think? Who do you think would win?
The Undertaker.
Oh, okay. How would this match play out in your mind, really quick?
Probably that's one show slam that I want to be at.
Oh, but you really want to see that?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, you know, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people suing him that want to see that too. So you're not alone.
Oh my God, I did not expect that match.
Yeah,
Oh my God, I
he,
didn't
he's
expect that.
he's awesome. He's hysterical. I love it. Okay,
Oh, I didn't expect that.
yeah. Well, with that, we are the Uncensored Pro Wrestling
That's crazy.
Podcast. The Undertaker versus
Versus Vince
no,
McMahon.
the other day.
He already had me with the Undertaker. Then he just said Vince. Oh my.
Here's the thing. Here's the best part. Ready? Hang on. We were doing like a storyline earlier, right? And we were setting up a match. It was going to be Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker versus
That's
Stone Cold.
horrible.
Okay, now listen. We were Undertaker was going to win, and then what did you say was going to happen after Undertaker won?
Stone Cold.
No, yeah, You said Stone. No. Stone Cold was going. You said, and then he was going to give Vince was going to give him the stone.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Well, before we go, you guys could check us out on YouTube. Just search the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast, subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell. You can check us out on Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and wherever you get your podcast. Yeah, this kid's like obsessed with like Vince McMahon because earlier he said that he wants to see what was it that you said?
I want to after the match when Undertaker knocks out Stone Cold, Vince McMahon's gonna come
Well,
out.
don't show him that documentary.
No. I'm excited to see what Linda's going to do with the Board of Education and all that.
Oh my God, don't get me started with that bullshit.
I will say, I don't really like her, but because I was like, what is she doing on the Board of Ed? She did serve on the Connecticut Board of Ed for a while, so she does have some background.
Okay.
All right, with that being said, you got your game. I'm sure there's a lot of people tuning and watching the game tonight too, so hopefully you guys enjoy that. Do you, Christian, have anything else you want to say?
No, it was good being here. I'll see you guys next time when we hopefully cover the Raw on Netflix. I'm always on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. I'm doing some other stuff right now. That's good too. So check me out on there, and I'll see you guys next time here on the Uncensored.
Christian is like in the multiverse.
I'm doing a lot of things, but I'm thankful for every single podcast project I get to work on. So I treat all of them serious. So I'm excited. 2025 is going to be good.
It is definitely, man, 100%. And thank you too for joining me too. I liked all of your opinions. And who knows? We might see that happen this Monday.
Oh my God!
Might see Undertaker show up, come out, and then Vince McMahon interrupt them.
Oh no!
That will be a show. All right, stay safe.
Yeah.
So stay safe and stay uncensored.